welcome back. I'm Mel. Today is 9th of July and we just had the version update for Final Fantasy XI. So let's go through the version update summary. So we have a couple categories today. Let's start with the event related. So event-wise, we have got a couple new objectives for Records of Eminence. Some new titles has also been added. On the battle event related side, we have a new high tier mission battlefield. And in terms of the fight itself, it seemed pretty straightforward. It's 6-person party, it's 30 minutes restrictions, and it cost 30 merit points. And we'll look at the armor in a little bit. A quality of life change related to high tier fights, they have lowered the cost for Shinryu and Cloud of Darkness from 30 points to 10 points. So you will be able to do those fights a little bit more often. And another big change is related to Limbus. So in Temenos, as most of you already know, we had to run through a lot of floors, which was a little bit annoying compared to Apollyon, which has less floors. So the change has been in Northern, Western, and Eastern Tower. They have lowered the floors from 7 total to 4 in total. So they removed 3 floors from those sectors. And in Central, they removed 1 floor, so from 4 to 3. They also changed the placement on some enemies, likely because of the floor change. And the spawn conditions for the triple question mark has been relaxed, which is nice to hear because it was a little bit annoying to spawn in Temenos. So hopefully that will make it less tedious. And a less exciting update is it seems like they have increased the data required for getting key items, which means we're gonna have to kill more mobs per floor in order to get the temporary key item to move to the next one. In Ambuscade, they have replaced the enemy types. So in Volume 1, you're gonna fight a Kurim, and in Volume 2, you're gonna find a bunch of lizards and Efts mobs. And on the item sides of things, they have added new items, like the new armor mentioned before for the Crystalline Prophecy fight. They also made a new item, the Royofu, as storable in Storage Slips 31, and that item is from login points. They also made a couple system-related changes. Mostly it's setting some default settings. Most of you probably already had these enabled, but there's a nice quality of life, so take a look around on this page. And for the new items, like I mentioned a minute ago, they added a couple new armor for the body slot, which will come from a Crystalline Prophecy. Just looking at the stats so far, nothing really is impressive here. It's pretty meh, to be honest, but maybe some of them will be good for some jobs or good filler armor. So hopefully the fights themselves aren't too difficult, and hopefully the drop rate isn't too bad. They also added a couple new weapons, so for example, like the Ryufu, but that's from login points. They also added a couple prophetic weapons, which probably comes also from the high tier fight. But looking at the armor sets, having the whole set, probably not that great. They also renamed a couple things, but I'm not gonna go over all of them, but you can take a look around if you're interested. Okay, let's cover the login points. So the next login points campaign will start tomorrow, Friday, July 10. And the new item is the Royofu Uchiwawa. Probably mispronounced that, I'm sorry. And for Ambuscade, so as mentioned before, the Volume 1 is gonna be against the Kurim, and Volume 2 is gonna be against lizards and Efts. So for Volume 1, you will have a couple options to get your key item. The easiest one is most likely going to be in Acidal Undersea Ruins, but those has a long respawn time, around 15 minutes. So if you're on a busy server, then that might be not a good idea. If you've done some assaults and are at least private second class, then you can do a duty called excavation duty and kill them in there. If you're a little bit higher ranked, you can also do the mission called Egg Conservation, which is for Chief Sergeant. And if you want to kill them in the open world, you can go to Kadeva at home point 1, which has a couple quirms just outside Nashmal, but they only spawn during daytime, so between 4 a.m. and 8 p.m. And for the lizard kills, I would go to Kaftal Tunnel and kill the lizards in there. Alternatively, you can also kill sand lizards in Cape Terrigan. There's many lizards in the world, so I'm sure you know a spot or two where you can kill them. If you need to kill some with higher levels, then Morphol Basalt Fields is probably one of the easier accessible ones as well. And that should be everything for the July patch. Not a huge patch, but some exciting updates. I'm especially excited for the Limbus patch, but I know a lot of people hate Limbus. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.